Hey guys, it's Kelly. How are you all doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Today I'm going to use the Best Dress Lids palette from Molly. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this really light shade right here. Some of the names I just can't see because of the light in here, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put lightly, just put it all over my lid. Just so I can have something for the other colors to pop onto. I'm doing it very light. You can barely see it, which is just like a transition color, just something a little extra. I know I've used this palette before, but I'm trying to think of, I don't know if I used all the colors. I think some of the shimmers I didn't. But for the color in my crease, I'm going to use this shade right here. And I got to get real close. I got my makeup mirror on the side of me. And I'm just packing it on. I'm using light pressure. I'm trying not to, and I will blend it out, but I saw this on another. I think the color gets much more bold when you pack it on, and then you can lightly blend it. And what I try to do is I try to go just up a little bit. I get right in the crease, but I have hooded eyes, so I gotta bring it up just a little bit. Now that I got the color, I'm just gonna lightly blend it. I'm not using a lot of pressure because I want that color to really show up good. I'm gonna go in with this dark shade right here. I wish I could see this. It's just a glare. Power Lunch, this one. And I'm using, it's kind of a, it does have some shimmer in it, but not too bad. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just pack the color on and go right, like under that crease that I created, the crease, and I'm just gently bringing it out. I know this looks like it's in an angle, but that's what I'm trying to get, that nice swoop. See that? And it is. All right. Now, I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and blend it out a little bit. Sometimes I do use too much pressure. You don't wanna like take all the eyeshadow off. It does happen. You can just like touch it up. And I'm just kind of blending it. I don't want to go blend it totally into that crease. Maybe just a little bit on the outside. I'm trying to just, that doesn't stop me from wearing makeup. All right, now I'm going to go in with a shimmer shade. And if you're working on a palette and you don't know which palette, like you don't have the colors, you can use more than one palette. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just like to show you guys how to create a look with just one palette. But there's nothing saying that you can't use colors from another palette. You know, like if you wanted to use like a bright pink or something like that, you know, or a blue. This is kind of a blue, but it's a dark blue. Yeah, just trying to make sure it's blended. Now, I think I'm gonna try this one, Girls Night Out. I'm trying to pick shades I haven't used before, but I do have my favorite looks that I like to do. But it's just, sometimes it's hard trying to figure out what colors I used before. So I'm not like doing duplicate looks, and I'm just gonna use my finger and pack that shade on. I just always like to have shimmer or glitter. And it doesn't matter how old you are, it's just where you put it that matters. You know what I mean? Like, I probably wouldn't put it. See? Now that I got that color on, I'm gonna go back in with a fluffy brush and I'm gonna kind of blend that all together. Because you don't want to see any harsh lines, so I'm just gonna, now just bring the color out. And I'm gonna go back in with that that other brush, and I'm just gonna add a little bit up here. Okay, then I'm gonna get a Q-tip, and I use a little micellar water. I think in the future I am going to try getting some makeup wipes and see how that works. It might work even better. But what I'm going to do is I'm trying to follow that line, and I'm just getting rid of any excess. And what I like to do is take the dry end too. See, this is, right, now we take the dry side, just to make sure there's nothing there. Now, and I'm going to put some of that dark color under my eyes. And I try to go slow because for some reason, sometimes it smudges. All right, and like usual, I'm gonna just finish the other eye and I'll come back. Okay, I did the other eye. Oh my god, my hair always looks like a hot mess, but it's just at pieces. And I'm just gonna use my eyelash curler. I have teeny lashes. Foundation. Put it on my brush. I gotta get more. I have a beauty blender, but I don't know what the hell I did with it. I'll have to grab another one. So I'm using this. I like using a beauty blender a little bit better. This brush is just so hard to clean, like the color. And you guys always know I do my eyebrows and I prime my skin and my eyelids, so that makes this quicker. Oh, it's always good to use primer, even on your eyelids. They have a lot of nice different companies, makeup brands that sell those. You just gotta find the one that you really like. Like, I'm really loving e.l.f. lately. It's inexpensive and they have a lot of wonderful products. As you can see, I'm using their foundation. I love their primers. They have so many different kinds to suit your skin type. I just want to make sure this is well blended so I can... I don't know why it looks shiny. It might be... blush, and I'm going to use my ColourPop. Of course, I can't read it, but I try to remember to put the products down below. Sometimes I do forget. So I know this brush is big, but we're gonna dip it into that color, and I'm just gonna pack that on a little bit. I'm using a light touch because I don't want my cheeks to be too out there. That's not the look I'm creating today because I do have to go to work. And I have to say, I really love the colors of this palette. It's just, I think they have colors that'll go with everything. It's like neutral shades. I don't think it looks bad. I can always get better, you know what I mean? But a lot of times I'm rushing to go to work, so my makeup might come out a little messy. And I'm just making sure I get that blended. Now for the lips, I'm gonna use Lifter Liner. And of course, I probably can't read the shade. I guess I'll have it loop. I have to check later when I have my contacts out, so you guys can know the shades. And I'm gonna line my lips. And what I do is I do rest my pinky on my chin just so I have more control. Now I'm going to use my lifter gloss. I really don't need a lipstick over this. I mean, you can put this over a lipstick. There's different ways you can do your makeup. And this is from, these two products are from Maybelline. You always want to make sure you get it in your waterline. And I bring it with me because the stuff, they're beautiful colors. I love this shade. It's just like a neutral shade, and it looks good with like a lot of makeup looks because it's a nude shade. So if you don't want anything bright, you can use a nude shade. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I gotta get going. I have to go to a doctor's appointment, which I absolutely hate, but that's just how it is. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. And if you think about it, do something nice for somebody else without getting any acknowledgement. I think that's fun. Like if you go to a Dunkin' Donuts, pay for the person behind you if you can. If not, that's okay too. But try to do something nice. Even smile at somebody, you know, and say good morning. You know, it doesn't hurt to be nice. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next video.